Hello my dear students, welcome to third session. In this class, we will discuss about the special method of preparation of aldehydes and ketones. First, we will take up the preparation of aldehydes. In that, the first one is from acyl chloride, and this reaction is especially known as Rosenmund reduction. Students, please remember, it is a very important 2-mark question for theory exam. Okay, it is a very important 2-mark question. Now I will explain what is this Rosenmund reduction. Acyl chloride, or we can call it as acid chloride, on a reduction with hydrogen, in presence of Lindlar's catalyst. Please remember, which is called as Lindlar's catalyst? The palladium supported over barium sulfate, which is poisoned with sulfur or quinoline, that gives corresponding aldehyde, and this reaction is known as Rosenmund reduction. Okay. Now, this is a general reaction, or COCl. This is called acyl chloride. Acyl chloride on a reduction with hydrogen in the presence of palladium supported over barium sulfate, which is poisoned with sulfur or quinoline. That gives corresponding aldehyde, RCHO plus HCl. So this is nothing but the aldehyde. Okay. Now the question arises, please remember, in your textbook sulfur or quinoline is not given, but what is the purpose of adding sulfur or quinoline? When acid chloride on reduction with hydrogen in presence of palladium and barium sulfate, that gives corresponding aldehyde. But what happens if the catalyst is not poisoned after the formation of aldehyde? Then this aldehyde undergoes a further reduction that gives corresponding alcohol. In order to avoid the further reduction, you have to use sulfur or quinoline, which is poison, which poisons the catalyst, so that further reduction is prevented. That is why sulfur or quinoline is added, that gives corresponding aldehyde. Okay. Now we will take up specific example. For example, CH3COCl. This is nothing but the acetyl chloride. This acetyl chloride on a reduction, palladium supported over barium sulfate, which is partially deactivated by sulfur or quinoline, that leads to the formation of CH3 CHO plus HCl. So this is nothing but the acetaldehyde. Okay. Now I will take another example. This is nothing but the benzoyl chloride. Benzoyl chloride on a reduction, palladium, barium sulfate, sulfur or quinoline, that leads to the formation of benzaldehyde. Benzaldehyde is a form. Okay. So, benzoyl chloride on a reduction with Lindlar's catalyst, that leads to the formation of benzaldehyde, and this is called Rosenmund reduction. But student, please remember, it is not possible to prepare formaldehyde by this method. What is the reason behind this? The reason is very simple, that is this is called formyl chloride. Formyl chloride, which is highly unstable. Which is highly unstable. That's why by using this formyl chloride, it is not possible to prepare formaldehyde. Okay. So, this is about the preparation from acyl chloride, or we can call it as Rosenmund reduction. Okay. Next, we will move on to the second method, that is from nitriles, or we can call it as cyanohydrocarbons. And this reaction is specially known as Stephan reaction, or we can call it as Stephan reduction. In this method, how nitriles can be converted into corresponding aldehyde? See here, nitriles on a reduction with hydrogen using stannous chloride in concentrated HCl gives corresponding imine. Corresponding imine is a form, and this corresponding imine on acid hydrolysis gives corresponding aldehyde. Okay. Now, we will see the general reaction, that is RCN. This is alkane nitrile. Alkane nitrile on a reduction with stannous chloride SnCl2 in HCl, in concentrated HCl. What it gives? It gives RCH double bond NH. This is corresponding imine is formed, and this imine on acid hydrolysis, that means breaking of molecule by using water in the presence of acid, which undergoes acid hydrolysis, that leads to the formation of RCHO plus ammonia. So, this is aldehyde. Aldehyde is a form. I will take up one example for this, that is CH3CN. What is the name of this compound? Either we can call it as methyl cyanide, or the IUPAC name of this compound is, it is nothing but the ethane nitrile. Please remember, if it is named as a nitrile, then this carbon atom is also included for the selection of longest possible chain. That is why it contains two carbon atom, hence it is ethane nitrile. Why it is ethane nitrile? Because the N is a consonant, it is not a vowel. That is why this E is also retained. That is why it is a ethane nitrile. Ethane nitrile on a reduction that leads to the formation of CH3 CH double bond NH. So this is ethan 1 imine. Ethan 1 imine, which on acid hydrolysis, that leads to the formation of CH3 CHO plus ammonia, and this is known as acetaldehyde. This is called acetaldehyde. Okay. So ethane nitrile on a reduction with stannous chloride in concentrated HCl. This stannous chloride in concentrated HCl gives nascent hydrogen for the reduction and gets converted into ethan 1 imine, and this ethan 1 imine on acid hydrolysis that gives acetaldehyde. Okay. And this reaction is called as Stephan reaction. Please remember, student, these nitriles also can be selectively converted into corresponding aldehyde by using another very important reagent that is called as diisobutyl aluminium hydride. Diisobutyl aluminium hydride. Okay. Diisobutyl aluminium hydride. Okay. So from here onwards, I will call this diisobutyl aluminium hydride as Dibol H. Okay. It is a very important selective reagent. Okay. Dibol H or diisobutyl aluminium hydride is a selective reagent to convert a corresponding nitrile into corresponding aldehyde. What is the speciality of this reagent? It selectively convert, please remember, it selectively convert polar multiple bond, or it reduces only the polar multiple bond. It will not affect non-polar multiple bond. For example, if you consider C triple bond N, it is a polar multiple bond, polar or polar bond. Okay. So because there is a electronegativity difference between carbon and nitrogen, and because of that there is a polarity, hence this is called polar multiple bond, but it will not affect the non-polar multiple bond. This is non-polar. Okay. It only reduces polar multiple bond but not non-polar multiple bond. Okay. So I will give one example. I will explain what is the reaction and how the aldehyde is formed by using Dibol H as a cell. See the example. Okay. So this is the longest possible chain, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is pent 3-ene nitrile. Pent 3-ene nitrile. Now observe here, this is a polar multiple bond, this is non-polar multiple bond. When it is subjected for a reduction, by using Dibol H. Diisobutyl aluminium hydride. It gives corresponding imine CH3 CH double bond CH CH2 CH NH. Okay, so this on acid hydrolysis, leads to the formation of CH3 CH double bond CH CH2 CHO plus ammonia. Okay, so this is nothing but the pent 3-enol, pent 3-enol. Okay, pent 3-enol is a form. This is a corresponding imine, that is pent 1, 2, 3, 3 in 1 imine. Okay, so this on acid hydrolysis gives a pent 3-enol, corresponding aldehyde is a form. What is the advantage? Please remember, this is a non-polar multiple bond. This non-polar multiple bond is not affected by the Dibol reagent. Okay, so that's why it is called selective reagent. Dibol H is a selective reagent. It only reduces polar multiple bond but not non-polar multiple bond. Okay, please note this. Okay, next we will move on to third method, that is from aromatic hydrocarbon. In that, one of the very important named reaction, that is called Ettard reaction. Okay, so please remember, for theory it is very important 2-mark question, that is explain Ettard reaction. In this, toluene on oxidation with chromyl chloride, it is oxidizing agent in carbon tetrachloride or carbon disulfide, it is a solvent, gives a complex. A complex is formed which on acid hydrolysis gives benzaldehyde. Okay, so toluene is converted into benzaldehyde by using chromyl chloride in carbon tetrachloride or carbon disulfide. Okay, and this reaction is known as Ettard reaction. See the reaction. Toluene on oxidation with chromyl chloride CrO2 Cl2 in carbon tetrachloride, or we can use carbon disulfide as a solvent, that gives a complex. See how this complex is formed. CHO O Cr OH Cl This is a complex. This complex on acid hydrolysis, breaking the molecule by using water, the breaking takes place like this and it gives a unstable compound. This is a unstable compound and it is called jump dihydroxy compound. That means the 2 OH group is directly attached to the carbon atom. Okay, so on the carbon atom 2 OH group is present. It is highly unstable. It readily loses 1 molecule of water. it readily loses one molecule of water, that is minus H2O, that leads to the formation of but the benzaldehyde. Benzaldehyde is a form. Okay, so this one is toluene. Toluene is converted to benzaldehyde by Ettard reaction. Okay, so students, please. Okay, next, toluene is also oxidized by using chromium trioxide in acetic anhydride, that gives a benzylidene diacetate, which on acid hydrolysis gives benzaldehyde. Okay, now see the reaction. Toluene oxidation in the presence of acetic anhydride. So this is nothing but the anhydride of acetic acid. Acetic anhydride that gives benzylidene diacetate. Now this is diacetate, benzylidene diacetate, which on acid hydrolysis, again it gives gum dihydroxy compound, that is the 2 OH group present on the same carbon atom. Okay. Readily it loses one molecule of water, and that leads to the formation of benzaldehyde. That leads to the formation of benzaldehyde. Okay, so this is toluene and this is acetic anhydride. Please remember student, this is one of the method to learn the naming of organic compound. That is, whenever you write the reaction, you have to write the name of that reactant as well as product. Okay, so then the organic chemistry becomes very easy. Okay, the next we will move on to by side chain chlorination followed by hydrolysis. Toluene, when treated with chlorine in presence of diffused sunlight, the diffused sunlight means dull sunlight, gives benzol chloride, which on acid hydrolysis gives benzaldehyde. Okay, now we will see the reaction. Toluene is subjected for chlorination in the presence of diffused sunlight. Why you have to use diffused sunlight? Suppose the bright sunlight is present, all the hydrogen is replaced by chlorine. That is why you have to use diffused sunlight, that gives CHCl2. This is nothing but the benzol chloride. And this benzol chloride on acid hydrolysis, again it gives gem dihydroxy compound, that is 2 OH group attached to same carbon atom. It is highly unstable, it readily loses one molecule of water. That leads to the formation of benzaldehyde. Benzaldehyde is a form. Okay? So, in this, toluene is converted into benzaldehyde by side chain chlorination followed by hydrolysis. Okay? The next method is Gattermann-Koch reaction. Please remember student, it is a very important 2-mark question for theory exam. Now, in this, benzene is treated with a mixture of carbon monoxide and HCl in presence of anhydrous aluminum chloride gives benzaldehyde. So, anhydrous aluminum chloride is very important here. You have to write this anhydrous aluminum chloride, otherwise you will lose marks. Okay. Now see how the reaction taking place. Benzene is treated with mixture of carbon monoxide and HCl in the presence of anhydrous aluminum chloride, that leads to the formation of benzaldehyde. Now, if you observe closely, formyl group is introduced to benzene ring. That is why we can also call it as formylation reaction, that is Gattermann-Koch formylation reaction. Observe this, when it is treated with a mixture of carbon monoxide and HCl, it gives an unstable compound, that is formyl chloride. And this formyl chloride attacks to this benzene, and that leads to the formation of benzaldehyde. Okay? So, this is about the Gattermann-Koch reaction. Okay? Next, we will move on to preparation of ketones. The first method is from acid chlorides. Now, when acid chlorides react with dialkyl cadmium, gives corresponding ketone. Okay? Now, see the reaction. Acid chloride, that is RCOCl, or we can call it as acyl chloride. This on reaction with dialkyl cadmium, R2CD. Dialkyl cadmium gives corresponding ketone, that is RCOR plus cadmium chloride. Okay? This is nothing but the ketone, and this is acid chloride, and this is dialkyl cadmium. Now we will see the examples. Okay, example CH3COCl. What is this? Acetyl chloride. Acetyl chloride. Now, acetyl chloride react with this is dimethyl cadmium, which gives CH3CO CH3 plus cadmium chloride, and this is nothing but the acetone. Acetone is a form. Now the question arises, how the reaction taking place? Please remember, cadmium is a electropositive metal. It is having partial positive charge, and this alkyl group having negative charge. Now here chlorine is having negative charge, this carbonyl carbon is having positive charge. Therefore these are attached to this carbonyl carbon, and that's why that leads to the formation of corresponding ketone. Now please make a note here, how this dialkyl cadmium is formed. The dialkyl cadmium is formed by the reaction of RMgX. What is this compound? It is called Grignard reagent. Grignard reagent. Alkyl magnesium halide. And this Grignard reagent react with cadmium chloride. React with cadmium chloride, that leads to the formation of RCdR plus 2 molecule of ClMgX. So this is nothing but the dialkyl cadmium. Okay, so this Grignard reagent react with cadmium chloride, that leads to the formation of dialkyl cadmium, and this dialkyl cadmium react with acid chloride, leads to the formation of corresponding ketone. This is the one of the method of preparation of ketone. Next we will move on to the another method, that is from nitriles, or we can call it as cyanohydrocarbons. When alkane nitrile reacts with the Grignard reagent, gives addition product, which on acid hydrolysis gives corresponding ketone. Okay, so how this reaction taking place? Now we will see the general reaction. Alkane nitrile or C triple bond N. This is alkane nitrile. Alkane nitrile react with the Grignard reagent, that is RMgX. This is Grignard reagent. Grignard reagent. Now observe this, it is having partial positive charge because nitrogen is more electronegative. It is having partial negative charge. Now R group is having partial negative charge, Mg is having partial positive charge. Now what happens, see, this R attached to this nitrogen, this R attached to this carbon atom, and this bond is shifted to here, and this will attach to this. Okay, that leads to the formation of R double bond N MgX. Okay, so this is addition product, or we can call it as adduct. Then which on acid hydrolysis, that is hydrolysis taking place in the presence of acid. Okay, which on acid hydrolysis leads to the formation of RCOR plus ammonia plus MgXOH. So this is nothing but the ketone. Okay, so ketone is formed. This bond breaks, and that leads to the formation of corresponding ketone. Now we will see the specific example for this. CH3 C triple bond N. This is nothing but the ethane nitrile. Ethane nitrile react with methyl magnesium bromide. Methyl magnesium bromide leads to the formation of CH3 CH3 double bond N MgBr, which on acid hydrolysis H2O bar H plus, which on acid hydrolysis leads to the formation of CH3 CO CH3 plus ammonia plus MgXOH. So this is nothing but the acetone. Acetone is a form. Okay, so this is methyl magnesium bromide. Methyl magnesium bromide. Now in this also, this is having partial negative charge, positive charge. This is having partial negative charge. Here also partial negative charge, partial positive charge. This will attach to this carbon, this bond is shifted on nitrogen, and this will attach to this, and that gives addition product. Okay, so in this way the corresponding ketone is formed from, okay, the next method, that is Friedel-Crafts acylation. That means introduce the acyl group to the benzene ring. How will introduce? Let's see. When benzene is treated with acid chloride in the presence of anhydrous aluminum chloride, gives aromatic ketone. Please remember, anhydrous aluminum chloride is called as Friedel-Crafts catalyst. Okay, so now we'll see the example for this. Or benzene is treated with acid chloride in the presence of anhydrous aluminum chloride, that leads to the formation of aromatic ketone. This is aromatic ketone. Okay, so this is acid chloride and this one is benzene. Now this group is called as acyl group. We introduce this acyl group to the benzene ring. Please remember, it is a typical electrophilic substitution reaction. Okay, now example. Benzene is treated with CH3COCl in the presence of anhydrous aluminum chloride, that leads to the formation of COCH3 as HCl. So this is nothing but the acetophenone. Acetophenone is a form. So this is benzene and this is acetyl chloride. Acetyl chloride. Okay, so this reaction is called Friedel-Crafts acylation reaction. Okay, so in this way the aromatic ketones can be prepared by Friedel-Crafts acylation. Okay, next we will move on to very important named reaction, that is from phenyl ester by Freire's rearrangement. Please remember students, this method of preparation is not included in the regular syllabus, but it is needed for NEET or JEE. That's why I will cover here itself. Okay, so if you want, you have to note down this. What is this Freire's rearrangement? See here, phenyl esters on heating with anhydrous aluminum chloride in presence of carbon disulfide as a solvent undergo a rearrangement in which acyl group, that is RCO group, acyl group migrates from the phenolic oxygen atom to the ortho and para positions of the benzene ring to give a mixture of ortho and para hydroxy ketone. Okay, ortho and para hydroxy ketone. Now I will explain this reaction by giving a suitable example. Let us consider this example. What is this compound? This is nothing but the phenyl acetate. It is a phenyl acetate because CH3CO, it is an acetyl group. Okay, so it is attached to a phenolic oxygen, that is this oxygen is called as phenolic oxygen. Now this on heating with anhydrous aluminum chloride in the presence of carbon disulfide as a solvent. Okay, so this entire acyl group, this is acyl group. Okay, this entire acyl group migrates from phenolic oxygen to either to here or to here. That leads to the formation of okay, so this is ortho hydroxy acetophenone. This is para hydroxy acetophenone. Ortho hydroxy acetophenone and para hydroxy acetophenone is a form. Okay, now this entire acyl group migrate to the either ortho position or para position, that leads to the formation of ortho and para product is a form, and this rearrangement is called as Freire's rearrangement. Okay, now the question arises, when ortho isomer is formed and when para isomer is formed. Please remember, if the temperature is less than 330 Kelvin, temperature is less than 330 Kelvin, para isomer is formed. Para isomer is formed, or para isomer is predominantly formed. Predominantly formed. when orthoisomer is formed, if the temperature is more than 430 Kelvin, okay, orthoisomer is predominantly formed. Okay, that means lower temperature favors the para isomer and higher temperature favors the orthoisomer. Okay, so this is about the Fry-Rees rearrangement, how the aromatic ketones are formed from this reaction by the migration of acyl group to the from phenolic oxygen to ortho or para position. Okay, so this is about the different methods of preparation of ketone. Okay students, I will stop it here. In the next class we will discuss about the physical properties of aldehydes and ketones. Next we will move on to the chemical reactivity and the structure of carbonyl group. Okay.